Oh man, it feels like a while since I've done a Technoid episode, and boy oh boy is it good to be back behind the camera. Anyway guys, the Samsung Unpacked event is around the corner. It's only 2 days out from the time I'm recording, so this is going to be the only video I'm going to make about it. We're going to talk about all the products that we can expect to see at the event, which is pretty obvious at this point. I mean, it's the same story it's been for the last 6 years. There's no continuity with leaks anymore. We already know what's going to happen, so let's just make a few dollars off this video and let's talk about it. Alrighty, the first product, and I think it's the very obvious one, I am going to save the Galaxy Buds 3 and 3 Pros to the end of the video because I'm going to make that as a response to a short that I've made, which is kind of getting a lot of attention. But the first product we're going to talk about is the Samsung Galaxy Z Fold 6. Now, this one is actually going to be something that not really is considered to be a huge upgrade, but it does have a few tweaks here and there. Essentially, according to reports, it says here that the Z Fold 6 is going to have a somewhat tweaked new 22:9 ratio. It will also have a wider 6.3-inch external screen and a 7.6-inch internal screen. On top of that, it is reportedly going to be taller and more remote in terms of the form factor. There is also reports saying that it is going to be a lot more flushed as they've been working to improve that folding hinge. And then the last thing they talk about is, of course, the tech spec. It is going to have the latest Snapdragon Gen 3. It will also have a brand new 2600 nits of brightness and armor aluminum frame. So it does seem like it is going to get a slightly bigger bump in terms of the specs, but don't expect anything for the battery or the camera because the reports are saying that it is going to be identical. There is virtually going to be no difference in the camera quality. It's still going to have the same 4400 milliamp hours, and the price is reportedly going to be, apparently reported, $1899. Now, here's the thing. It is $100 more, and this has been a thing going on in the tech world where the price does spike from time to time. So I understand the tweaking of the prices, but for that extra $100, they better be giving you some good trade-in bonuses because $1899 for a Z Fold 6, that's a Z Fold 5. It's going to be a hard bargain, but maybe it's worth it. We'll see. The next product is the Z Flip, which is arguably the more basic of the duo. According to these reports, it is also going to get the same very similar specs in regards to the Snapdragon 8 Gen 3. It will have a 50 megapixel main sensor instead of last year's 12 megapixels lens. It will also feature a bigger battery at 4000 milliamp hours. It is also rumored to come in brand new colors and also have a better hinge design as well. So it seems like the Z Flip 6 is going to be a lot better when it comes to the features. At least that one's going to get a bigger battery. It's going to have a better camera. So it seems like they kind of are pushing the Flip versus the Fold. Not really sure why, but the Flip is a lot better in terms of a flipping phone. I mean, I don't know. That's just my thing. But the price is also going to be reported at $1099. It is going to be a $100 price bump, but considering that smartphones are on that trend, it's not really unreasonable considering the fact that you can get a folding phone for almost the same price as an iPhone or a Galaxy Fold. Excuse me, a Galaxy phone, not a Fold. I want to distinguish that. I think that it is actually some very good, honest value here. So I don't see anything wrong with it. Now we get to the parts that are very... this is where we hit controversy. So we're going to take a look at the Galaxy Watch 7 and the Galaxy Watch Ultra. Now, just getting it out of the way, Galaxy Watch Ultra, gee, what does it look like? Yeah, well, taking that out of the picture, the hardware specs do look to be very promising. It is reportedly going to have a 40, 44, and 47 millimeter size, a 3nm 5-core Exynos W1000 chipset. It is also reported it's going to be tracking blood oxygen detection. It will also help with stress, sleep analysis, workout tracking, and more features that are going to be upgraded in each of these watches. The 7 Ultra is ultimately going to have 4G and Bluetooth connectivity. It is reported to have Sapphire 3D glass, but it is also reported that it will support 15 watts of fast charging for the Watch Ultra, and it also will have the biggest battery life of all the watches on the market. Now, here's the thing, guys. I am going to be very frank. I don't understand why companies are really following Apple's footsteps when they are some of the best-selling devices in the world. I understand that Apple is the best in the United States, but outside of the United States is a whole other ballgame. Samsung is the number one. Samsung, you control the market share in Europe, Asia, everywhere. Why are you caving to Apple's design choices? I don't understand that. And I'm not saying that this is going to be a bad thing. Listen, companies copy off of each other. But when one company is doing better than the other company as a whole, I'm not here to say that Apple is failing. They're obviously big. But Samsung is a global brand that doesn't need smartphones to really sell well. They're going to be fine no matter what. They're making billions on other appliances like monitors, home appliances, things like that. So it's not even necessary to be copying Apple, especially for the Watch Ultra. Like, you could literally look at the two and go, gee, I wonder where they got that from. But I know that this is going to be a controversial take, and I already can hear the Samsung Knights and the Android fanboys clickety-clack on your keyboards. I ain't got time to read that crap, so just keep commenting away. But that's just what I think. The next thing to talk about is, of course, the long-awaited report of the Galaxy Ring. This is now reported to be a brand new feature and a new offering for Samsung, as it will feature not only sleep tracking, but will also work on overall health and will also help you in regards to ECG, blood flow measurements, blood oxygen level, and even heart rate. So basically, it's an extension of the watch. It is reported to be also an NFC device where you can link Samsung Pay and SmartThings, and the watch, along with the ring, do work hand in hand to give you a vitality score, apparently. So I actually have to admit, this is pretty impressive tech for Samsung. This is actually very ambitious, and I actually like this. This is a great thing to hear about. So if they do more things like this and stop trying to take other design choices, maybe this is the stuff we could rave about, because I gotta be honest with you, a ring that tracks your health just like your watch? Listen, I know a lot of people that are married. I know a lot of people that wear that ring. Listen, the wives ain't letting that ring off the finger, no matter if you take a shower, no matter what you're doing. But you get yourself a health ring that tracks all that, you'll be like, honey, I'm successfully got my ring on. Only to know that it's a smart ring instead of the ring that you paid tens of thousands of dollars for. But neither here or there. But that's actually pretty impressive. I like that. Alrighty, guys, now we get to the final part. And this is where I know I'm gonna get some controversy for this. The Galaxy Buds 3 and the 3 Pros. Now, listen, if you've seen my shorts, you know that I am not fond of the design choices that Samsung has taken. They are really making their products feel more like Apple products than their own identity of Samsung products. Listen, it's one thing if you want to take a design and improve on it. It's another thing when the design is literally a one-for-one copy with a few differences. Now listen, I think the Galaxy Buds are phenomenal earbuds. I have used them since the very beginning. Look at my track record on YouTube. My earliest earbud reviews was the Galaxy Buds and the Soundcore Liberty Air 2. In that time, I have still kept up with the Galaxy Buds. I still use them. I still, to this day, enjoy the Galaxy Buds. However, this time around, I am not looking forward to it because this is literally AirPods for Android users. Now, before you start rat-a-tat-tatting in the comments and go, oh, but they're gonna make bigger specs, they're gonna have better sound quality, or they're going to do things that Apple can't do. Listen, it's one thing if it was the fact that they could do this with that design, but we have seen headphones not even borrow the AirPods designs and have managed to do things that don't need the AirPod designs. You talk about microphone quality. The Sony WF-1000XM4s have the best microphone quality for headphones if you're a Sony user. The Soundcore Liberty 3 Pros acquired the ACAA 2.0. They got a 2-in-1 hybrid driver design to push the sound quality and also customization without faulting to the AirPod Pro designs. JBL, before they switched over, had some really good earbuds that did borrow the Galaxy Buds and also borrowed the AirPod Pro designs, but they took those designs and made it in a way where it did not fall into the same category. Even Soundcore took the AirPod Pro design, but managed to tweak it where they said, we're not gonna blatantly copy this thing. We're gonna actually make it different. We're gonna do something with it. Listen, you guys can hit me up all you want in the comments. You guys can hit me every single day and tell me how wrong I am. Here's one thing you will never convince me on, no matter how much you huff and puff and piss all over your keyboards and how much your fingertips bleed. Companies by default already make these designs. They know exactly what they're doing. There are tons of audio products out there that do not need AirPod Pro designs and have managed to make a presence. They have managed to do it. Google Pixel Buds is another example. Soundcore Liberty 3 Pro. Also, Sony's, Bose. Do I need to keep going? All I'm gonna say here is this, and listen, comment all you want. I don't have the time to read it. If I do, it's because I'm on the toilet. The point is, if you could confidently tell me that the Galaxy Bud 3 Pros and 3s are good, fine, they probably are. But if other earbud manufacturers can make better earbuds with better sound, better tech, better battery without having to fault to AirPod Pro designs, I think that says a lot more volumes about those companies than an actual billion-dollar company that didn't decide to just cave because Apple did it. Because if you could defend this crap, find Jesus. All right. I gotta calm down before I really get demonetized here. That is it for Samsung Unpacked 2024. I am actually looking forward to this device, taking all the jokes and the knocks out of the way. I am actually very excited for this. I am considering upgrading my Fold phone. I have the Z Fold 4, so I am thinking of getting the Z Fold 6 if they have a good trade-in, if it knocks the price down. If it's in a reasonable ballpark, maybe I'll think about it. But if not, we'll see what happens. But anyway, guys, that's it. Have a good day and go away now. Peace.